And actually, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because I know me.
You know, so that's our life mission. That's the McShin's mission.
You don't have to understand my boundaries to respect them.
Well, no, I'm the president and co-founder of McShin, a person in long-term recovery from substance use disorders.
How do you go about fixing the damage in the trust between the family after you get out?
Okay, I gotta work on that.
Celebrating my 6 months. Didn't have a cake.
Yeah.
Gosh, you showed up.
All right, welcome to another broadcast of Getting the Herd podcast. I'm your host today, Kyle Goddard, and I'm joined by two of some of my greatest lifetime friends, man. And it's really a pleasure. I'm super stoked that I even convinced them to come on. Actually, didn't take any convincing, but I'm gonna let them introduce themselves.
I'm Anthony Brown, person in recovery.
I'm Stuart Baker, person in recovery.
Okay, heck yeah. We got Art behind the mic over there, or behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, man, today we're gonna try to talk about like relationships and trust, some stuff I've never really been good at, or been good at receiving, or vice versa, whatever. Real quick, like super nervous. Like, what's up, Anthony?
Really nervous. Trust in relationships is a big problem in my life. Giving and receiving.
Giving and receiving. So what's up, Stu? How's your day? What's going on?
Oh man, my day is great. Started with you asking me to do this podcast, man, and to be coming on here with you, Kyle Goddard, is like super fabulous, bro. You know, we go like way back, but pretty much all my days are good, man. If I can lay my head down at nighttime clean, I had a good day.
Cool. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, so like what are some of the troubles we've had with trust, or what does trust look like? What did it used to look like? What does it look like now? And like, what are the benefits?
I ain't used to trust nobody. I don't care who you was. Y'all been
You didn't trust me?
Nope.
God,
Absolutely not.
damn. Whoa. Like what?
Nope. No trust.
No trust.
And but I couldn't give it neither. Nobody accepted it. I mean,
I didn't trust you. You fucking lied to me, tell me all this. Oh,
so you act like you're surprised when I tell you that?
No, not at all. It just, I'm different. Not really, but I like to think I'm different at times.
We all believe that.
So
no, Kyle, you're different. You're way different, bro.
Super different.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah, Stu, like, you give us a little bit about why people didn't used to trust you.
Well, for many years, man, before incarceration, I was incarcerated in my own mind, in my own thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like my own trust, my own insecurities. Like it went far beyond before my incarceration, man. You know, so like it just when I did get incarcerated, for the time I was incarcerated, it was super easy not to trust people. It was super easy for people not to trust me, and I made that comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But now, to come out here, guys, and I can sit with two people that I grew up with that I love dearly, man, and I can say I trust you guys with my life. That's big for me. You know what I'm saying? To be able to go out and do things and leave my money out laying around y'all, let y'all go in my room and do certain things and grab this and grab that and use my bathroom and all that without all my shit coming up missing. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been taken.
For sure. Like, shoot, just before this podcast, I was in the parking lot, found $2 in the parking lot. You know what I did? I turned it in.
Might have just been $2, but it was the principle behind it.
Who knows if it was 2,000? I don't know what I'd have done, but
yeah, I know exactly what you'd have done. The same thing you did with the $2.
That's right. I'd like to hope so.
5,000.
5,000? I don't know. Hey, look, all I can say is what I did do. In that moment, I was like, all right, this is the right thing to do. And we're not even going to get into financial situation. Like, I struggle financially, but yeah. So what does trust look like for you, Anthony? Like, they gave you a key to this church that we're in doing this podcast.
Man, that's unbelievable. Nobody used to trust me. I've burned all my bridges. I've tried to regain them, and today I actually say I can. I also, it dates back to when I was a child. I didn't trust anybody. I was abandoned. I felt deserted. I felt alone. So being how I grew up, it kind of took a toll on me to where I couldn't trust anybody. Family, friends, it didn't really matter. That led me to the life that I was living, in and out of jail, incarceration, never made it to the penitentiary, but I did a lot of time in county. So trying to trust the process. I'm currently got released off probation after 13 years.
Heck yeah, that's good. That's good shit right there.
Doing the right thing, putting trust into people, believing the fact that things can change. Seeing you guys change, big difference. Once I came to McShin, and I seen you guys, it was unbelievable. Wasn't expecting both of y'all to be in the same house. Wasn't expecting, definitely Stuart wasn't expecting it. Blew my mind. So to be able to turn that around and then put trust into y'all, trust in the process, that y'all was, regaining happiness. Y'all was regaining trust. For y'all to be able to trust me, was a big thing for me.
Yeah,
So.
Yeah, it's hard for me to trust you. You almost shot me one time.
Yeah, was that why you like avoided my text message and didn't respond to my messages or nothing for 2 months?
Woo!
Couldn't have nothing to do with you. I didn't trust you.
Absolutely.
There's the truth. There's the truth.
I was trying to do the right thing. I was trying to live a different life. I had to let both of y'all go. It was times that I barely talked to y'all. And, it was heartbreaking. It was definitely heartbreaking, to let go of those people that I grew up with and realize that, that's not the life I wanted to live because of how y'all were living at the time. And then, like I said, when y'all came back into my life, it was a little bit easier to put out trust because I see y'all doing the right thing. So that made me feel good. That made me trust myself, because if I can put myself around positive people and they trust me, then it's a whole lot more easier for me to trust them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if y'all can't tell, like, we were all actively using in one form, shape, or way together 15 plus years ago starting. And for us to be sitting here together, A-Town squad from Hanover, like, yeah, we squatted up in here. We getting clean. We're doing right. Yeah, like we do recover in this mother. Yeah.
So back to the fact, I didn't mean to almost shoot you.
You did.
Let's hear that story. I want to hear that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So let's hear Anthony's perspective, and then you can hear my perspective, and like, yeah.
So drugs and alcohol were the problem. I can't deny it.
You were the problem.
I was the problem from drugs and alcohol. I can admit that. That's the truth. That's the truth. So what had happened was, we went out using one night. I took a buddy's car. We decided that we was going to drink, use drugs, and go out and shoot deer one night. Why we would do that with a bottle in the car, drugs in our pocket, but we chose to do it. Well, I ended up wrecking the car, totaled the car. Next thing you know, the gun was in the car. I thought that it'd be a good idea to jerk the gun out the car when Kyle was getting out. Well, needless to say, I had my finger on the trigger, pulled the trigger, literally within less than a foot away.
Yeah, I got gunpowder burn on my face, and like, yeah.
So I go to try to hide the gun. Needless to say, I thought thought it was like 50 yards away at least. Needless to say, it was probably like 15 foot. Because I was so messed up, I didn't realize it. But so then after that, we took off running for about, I say 3 or 4 miles. Yeah. So I didn't want to carry the gun with me. So I stashed it, I thought I was doing the right thing. Needless to say, well, none of it the right thing. Definitely was not a bright idea.
Yeah. We so yeah, there was a whole day of partying. First off, let's get that in there. Like, we probably woke up at like between 7. We might not even been asleep from the day before.
Stayed up.
Yeah, it was probably like
sunrise.
Like, yeah, we were probably up from the day before.
I think we were running during the sunrise.
Right. Well, into that day, but the day before, it was like, what led up to it was we all had this trailer in this like infamous trailer park in Ashland, and it was probably 12, 13 of us there. Or hold on, we were at Amburn when we left. Mm-hmm. Oh, so we were all right. So we were at the Amburn house
in a shed.
Yeah, and like what we called like a party shed. We had like a beer pong set up. Anyway, but
like an abandoned.
No, it's at his house. No, it's
okay.
Like it was at his house, and like, yeah, we refer to different parts of our life like Old Ridge time or Amburn time or College Avenue or like just different parts of our crazy life. But so yeah, we were up all day partying. Pretty sure, probably bounced around from here to there. And then it was like everybody, the party was dying, and it was like, we don't want to go to bed. So Anthony's like, yeah, we can do this. And we're like, that sounds like a great idea. Let's go get the shotgun and let's go spotlight some deer. So needless, we go out to the country in this little teeny Honda now. We're in a two-door Honda Prelude. And so we've got the shotgun. I'm in the back seat. Our friend, rest his soul, is in the front seat, and Anthony's driving. And I'm pretty sure we were drinking Fighting Cock or Captain Morgan.
Hanging out the sunroof.
Hanging out the sunroof. Like he got, the other guy got on top of the sunroof, like peed out the sunroof. This is like, we're going like 60 mile an hour down.
Best life, yeah.
Yeah. What we thought was the best life. Well, I'm pretty sure we rolled up on a fake deer because we shot this thing like 4 times. It didn't budge. No fur flew, no nothing. So the guy that's with us, like, he's like, I'm gonna jump on its back and slice its throat.
Oh my God.
Right. So
great idea.
Yeah. So yeah. But anyway, so that didn't work out. So we've been going for about 2 days. So we're tired. Anthony's tired, but he's driving. The other guy passes out. I'm gonna pass out in the back seat, feet up. So next thing you know, I hear right, and my head is stuck between. So it's a two-door car, right, and stuck between like where the seat in the door frame is. Like my head is stuck.
Oh.
Like, and it wasn't until the other guy was getting out that I could get my head out. So then I'm like, all right, I'm getting out. And so when I'm crawling up, it's a boom, glass shatters, can't hear, can't see, my face is burning, and Anthony's yelling, "Oh my God, we gotta go!" I'm like, "You just." So it's like in front of a house. The house light cuts on. The car's like halfway up in a tree. It was like, I don't know, kind of like a Willie status. He said we ran 4 miles. We ran 4 miles till we got to stop. Then we had to run another mile to go hide at somebody's house. They wouldn't let us in. Then they told us we could hide out back. Then we had to get in somebody's car, get under some clothes. Then I get to their house.
Police everywhere.
Everywhere. Now they got roadblocks up. So get to their house, and then I got to walk home. I walk home, which is about another mile. The other guy, it was his car. And he told people like, yeah, that he swerved to miss a deer. Halfway true. But so yeah, I had to walk home, and then I like snuck in the side of the house and laid down, and I was bleeding from whatever. Like we came through this woods. There was a huge creek, probably as wide as this room. Well, where we were running, there ended up being a tree that was about 5 foot wide, perfectly laid across that creek right where we were running. So it worked out great. But so I get there, my aunt, it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. My aunt's like, "Kyle, what are you doing?" They try to make me go to school. And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going to school. This is not a thing. I'm not going to school. Like, this is not cool." But yeah, that's part of why I probably didn't trust Anthony. You know what I mean?
What ended up happening? Like,
was I 16?
Yeah.
17, 16?
cops find you guys or
No.
Oh, what? Whose car? Oh, so the car was.
So he actually told him, that he had hit a deer, and he had just been into a program that was out into the mountains.
Yeah, he was
rehab program, and what he had done is they used to do a lot of hiking and running and stuff up there. So he had told him, I haven't been home long. First instinct was to go get help, and I knew somebody, miles away. He was like, so I didn't have the time to call. I wanted to go get checked out by the hospital and stuff. So needless to say, they took his story and believed it and set me free.
Nice.
Yeah. We got
Lucky, yeah.
To the gods on that one. Yeah. There's actually another story kind of. Do you remember when we went and got all them tattoos and Stu pulled up and Stu and his homeboy and we had all that money from that girl and I fell asleep again. We all got tattoos at Lucky 13, the one that's on the back of my calf. And
I think I remember that.
Yeah, well, you're part of the story.
Yeah.
I think I was there.
I think I was there.
Yeah. I was out there, man. It's a little different. Like, see, these guys I commend them so much, but these guys, like, they kind of went into recovery houses and started getting recovery. I just straight went to prison. Like, it wasn't even,
Stu kept partying.
Yeah, Stu. Well, Stu parties alone because he absolutely didn't trust nobody. Like,
100%.
Yeah, Stu.
100. And not only that, but we have different relationships, man. Is what makes it so great. Like me and Kyle, it's probably a good thing we didn't connect so much because me and Kyle probably would have fought like probably on a daily basis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But me and Anthony, we kind of. I got a
Still
couple of
fought.
stories too, man. Me and Anthony, like we came to blow, like almost came to blows so many times. He punched my windshield, tried to tell me he didn't. I'd take him, man. He'd be tripping out and flipping out, and
Hiding in the tree.
hiding in the trees, thinking somebody's in his house. And, I'm like, well, God, Anthony, just let's go kick the door down. Somebody's in there. We'll take care of it. And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to get under the deck and watch, see if somebody comes out. I'm like, all right, that's okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting outside waiting on the police to show up most of the time, then watching him run through the woods for 45 minutes, waiting at the trap house for him to call me. Hey, man, I'm at the Wawa. Come get me. Like,
I was running from the police. What was I supposed to do?
Dude, and he face called me during this whole little thing. He was hiding under a
Yeah, no,
blanket.
you messaged me.
Yeah, he's hiding under a blanket in the middle of a sidewalk. He's like, I don't know where I'm at. I'm on Broad Street. I'm like, dude, where are you at? You're like under something. He's like, I'm under this blanket, dude. They're gonna get me. And I'm like, yeah, they're gonna get you.
Yeah.
And I was.
And Kyle's messaging me, telling me, man, I know you're with him. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, well, where's he at? I don't know. I don't know where he's at. Like,
Yeah.
Then I finally made it to civilization and realized what it was. And the only person I could get contact with was Kyle. So Kyle ended up reaching out to Stewart. Stewart ended up coming to get me, knowing the law was there.
right there. Like, knowing the law is in the neighborhood within a couple blocks. I just, like, pull up at the Wawa like I'm just getting gas or something. Probably been up for 10 days or something.
At least.
Anthony was in a crazy psychosis. I was like, oh.
And of course, I thought crossed my mind, like, does the police got him? Are they there waiting on me, getting him to call me? Like, all this old crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's why you didn't answer the phone until Kyle reached out.
That's exactly why I didn't answer the phone.
And I'm supposed to trust him.
Now, hold on, but technically there was a little bit of trust there. Like he still came and he still went out on a limb. Like,
no, I knew he had some more money. What are you talking about?
All right, so there was no trust.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
It was to a certain point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But like, it really, like when I'm out there, man.
Dude, it's all bets off.
Yeah,
right?
all bets
and,
off.
and if
You
I
know
don't
what
trust
I'm
myself,
saying?
I sure in the hell ain't gonna trust. I don't trust a dope man. When he gives it to me, but I still do it.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
This is a missile. No, it's not. But I still do it.
And do it all.
And I'm coming back.
And then I
to buy
come
more.
back to him again.
And
You
then I
know
come
what I mean?
back. Yeah, absolutely. That happens all the time.
You know. So trust is different today, though. Trust is different.
Relationships are different.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. We can talk about relationships real quick. Let's. Oh, nope. So when I make the post about the trust and relationships, I go downstairs and Anthony's like, "What are you talking about me?" I was like, hey, Anthony, you're not the only person that's had trust issues or relationship issues in the world. Like, like we all, at least I have. Like, I mess up everything. Now I make awesome relationships, but anyway, like, Anthony, you've seen 98% of my relationships.
Yeah.
Right. Like, whether it's intimate friendships or, like, bro, you don't know. Like, I would wake up with my best friend's girlfriend and swear I didn't.
Seen it.
Right. So now I'm destroying two relationships. A friendship and then some random girl. Like it. So I get it. Like you're not the only one with problems. Like Stu don't like relationships at all. Like he's got us. That's what he's got.
Absolutely, man.
So like,
and I wouldn't have it no other way.
See, we got the best men relationships these days ever, dude. Like,
absolutely. It shows, man, on a daily basis. But and it comes from those connections. For me, it came from those connections way back because I remember in the jail, man. Like, and this is I think about this on a daily basis. Kyle Goddard. I go in this program. I go in this jail pro. Listen to this, Art. So I go. I like he's in the jail program, like, and I'm bucking it. Like, man, I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. So I'm in the pod. They moved them out to do some maintenance. He's like, man, come on, man. Like, oh, bro, just come on to the program. This, that. I get in there a week later. He leaves. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and I think he knew it and he didn't want to tell me. but I trusted him. You know what I'm saying? But on a serious note, man, like the words that stick out to me every day that makes their bond so great is he told me, he was like, Stu, just give it up, bro. Like, you don't have to fight no more. You don't have to impress nobody no more. He was like, bro, just give it up. You know, like, and to hear those words come from somebody that I've known, man, since he was born, for real. Just to give y'all the history, man, my best friend, actually my brother's wife's brother, who was my best friend for since we were before even kindergarten, man. His mom babysitted Kyle, and like so I remember Kyle running around like with a shitty diaper on. You know what I'm saying? Like being a little hellion, and so to show you how relationships can turn, man. So Kyle kind of looked up to me, and it's nothing that I brag about, but like I used to have lots of cocaine, and my homeboy did. I really didn't have it. I just was along for the ride pretty much, but I did my thing too. And he would call, and like I would try to avoid him the best I could. You know, I'd kind of make him call my homeboy, you know, whatever the case may be. But so he kind of looked up to me, and I thought of myself like a role model to him. But you know, as I started getting in trouble, I'm like, you know, that's probably dead. I don't want him to follow my path, so I kind of avoided him a little bit. But today, like he's my role model, man. He's my hero. You know what I'm saying? As older as I am, than he is, like Kyle Goddard does his thing, man. Kyle Goddard don't tell me. He don't talk to me. He don't tell me what to do. He gives me suggestions, but he shows me in his everyday actions, in his walk, man, as well as Anthony. Like when these dudes pulled up on me when I got here, and they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're doing, you know what I'm saying, and explaining to me like, bro, you don't. All the gangster shit ain't gangster no more, man. Like this is what's gangster, because for so long, gangster to me was steal your shit,
Yeah,
take your shit,
kick in the front door.
kick your fucking front door in
on the news.
you know, and that's when I knew, like they seen me on the news. I was on the news for like probably 2 months straight. I don't know how long it was, to be honest with you, but like, and as I'm seeing them, they're like, bro, you're on the news, like you're on the news. I'm like, man, shut up. Like, yeah, you think I didn't see it? You know what I'm saying? But back then they were like kind of glorifying that, like, God, man, he's a hero, you know, and along with other people that was in active addiction, or like it was long, but like I said earlier, it was long before my active addiction. I was all jacked up. Like I never trusted nobody. Like you said earlier, man, I was a one-man wrecking crew, literally. Like I did not have no friends. I didn't. If somebody, I felt somebody getting close to me, like I would immediately buck and cause confrontation just to keep them people away from me, just to not let them in my circle. And bad as it may seem, as bad as it may sound, and I'm not proud of it, but I beat them up. You know, just
all the way.
all the way, just to keep them away from me, or either they beat me up because I done wore some too. You know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing to be proud of. It's not nothing to brag about. But
While
just-
you were doing those things, like while you were pushing people away, did you do it knowingly, or did you do it like didn't even realize that's what you were doing, or was your intention to push people away?
in certain like certain people in my life, like my family, nothing was intentional. You know what I'm saying? But like as far as meeting people, you know, like bonfires and parties, that was a big thing back when I was younger. Like if I was at a bonfire, I was at a party, I was there for one reason. You know what I'm saying? And that was to probably either start some trouble, steal somebody's shit, rob somebody, you know, like if I was there. So like if certain people, like they'd bring people around like their friends, and I'd tell them immediately, like, man, don't bring that motherfucker around me no more. You bring him around me ever
I ain't
again,
talking to you.
don't even call me, don't even come around me no more.
That was
Like,
most
you-
everybody though.
Yeah, that was not. It's not just one specific person. If you brought anybody extra that wasn't family, and like a family, if he wasn't family, and that he knew, like wouldn't tell in a jam for real, like don't bring him around. Don't, you know, because that situation I was talking about, we were at Lucky 13, you know, and we had got pocketfuls of money and fell asleep getting a tattoo, and calls. He's like, I'm outside. I got this for you. It's this amount of money. I'm like, I don't have that money. I don't have that money. And Anthony's like, yeah, you do. It's in your pocket. I'm like, what? What's going on? You know?
Absolutely.
And
But to see these dudes today is like a total, and as you know, Art, yeah, I mean, you're the same way. You know what I'm saying? Today, like in the penitentiary, man, I learned to duck my feelings, to hide my feelings. Well, now I let them come out today, you know? So it's like certain people in Art, you see it because of the situation, man. But like today I take to people, You know what
No,
I'm
I
saying?
was just gonna say that, man. Like from what you're telling me, you were like before. It's like now you're, hugging people, like
Every person,
know,
every single
and I live
person.
with Stu, over at Smith House, and you're open to people. You talk to everyone. Like I see you in the meetings too, for the meetings I go to.
Yeah.
But like
We'll work on that. Art.
yeah. But I'm like, the reason I asked you about that, like, did you like knowingly push people away? Because like I'm kind of like that now. Like I definitely have trust issues, but I just can't. I don't know like what it is about other people, or like I don't even know if it's that I don't trust them. I don't know.
Well, for me, it was like I never wanted to get. My father was a stone cold alcoholic. I never got any love from him. Like I had 2 brothers. I got an older sister. My brothers pretty much raised me, as best as they could. But I bucked the system from an early age. I can remember being like 5, 6 years old. My great grandmother, 78 years old at the time, took us in. My mom left and went to Florida. So like from that age, I did exactly what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I was responsible, like to go school shopping. I can remember her giving me a People's Charge card at like 8 years old. We'll spend this limit. I double that. You know what I'm saying? And I never had consequences for nothing that I done. So I didn't understand consequences. So from an early age, stemming back all them years, I really don't know. But like, I never wanted to be close to anybody. I never wanted, that I never got that have a good day, son, that I love you, I kiss you, that hug, that all that before school, like parents do. You know what I'm saying? I never got that until my mom came back. And then when she came back, I totally felt like rejecting her. Like, you left me when I was 5 years old, pretty much just get away. You don't love me now. You didn't love me then. You don't love me now, type deal. You know what I'm saying? When I know she did, now that I realize what's really going on, I know she did, and it's stuff that she had to do. But it's hard to understand as a 5-year-old child.
Yeah.
So from that point, it's like, and my brothers, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? But really, the only thing they taught me is, if somebody tries to bully you, beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Protect yourself. And of course,
They beat you up the most, though.
That's what I'm saying. And at like 16 years old, I'm 5'1", 135 pounds, and I'm not no taller than that now. But I just I weigh a little more. You know what I'm saying? But so, and I was kind of, I ain't gonna say I was picked on, but if it was bullies in school, so like at an early age, man, my brothers, the only thing they taught us to be a man. Don't express your feelings. Anybody says anything out the way, you know what to do.
Beat 'em up.
Like, don't love nobody, don't trust nobody. That's kind of what I was taught at an early age. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody in, because they had trust issues too, because mom leaving. And dad was there, but he wasn't there. He was drunk on the couch. You know what I'm saying? I can remember him, like my only memories of him is like he cut me on the back of the leg with a pair of scissors when I was like, 4 or 5 years old, trying to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only memories. And the only memories that I have of him is, him showing me his way of being a man, which was a piece of shit for real. You know what I'm saying? So like, and like my feelings were just all way out of whack from an early age.
Yeah, so you kind of like learned how to not need people, I guess. You not needing people. Just
but in the
up
wrong
like that.
way. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But and
when
like,
you don't rely on people, like and you do everything for yourself, then like I could see how later on that would be an issue. Like you don't trust anyone to help you with anything. Like I've always done everything myself. Like why am I gonna,
And it's hard now, because you
hold on. Just to put Art on blast real quick, he's like, "Who's this new guy that's coming in to help me at work?" Like he showed it. Yeah. So, hey, praise to Art though, man. Like he's taking heed and changing, man. Like I'm proud of you, Art. By the way,
it, man. Thanks. I'm trying.
Hey, Art's another one. Like when I came to that house, man, him and the house leader that was there, man, they kind of like showed me, this is how we're going to live over here. And Art's not a big talker, but
not at all.
Art's like, how? Art's going to show you in his walk what the way to do it. And with me, like, if you don't cuss me out and blatantly
Oh,
tell me,
yeah.
like Art
tell you to-
try to be nice, you know, like, hey man, I'm gonna take the hit for this one. You know, your clothes are in the floor. You pick your fucking dirty clothes up, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what I need. And I remember the text message of him be like trying to be nonchalant about it a little bit. And I'm like, you know what, Art, that's my bad, bro. I'm get somebody go in there and do it right now. Next time, just tell him to get my shit up.
Yeah, that was
Like,
yeah, that was me that got your clothes up for you.
absolutely,
Absolutely.
I already
Wouldn't have it
know.
any other way.
No, me neither, man.
So-
Me neither.
I mean, Anthony, give us a little bit about your family trust stuff, man. Like, yeah, like let's.
That was rough. It dates back, when I was a child. My father wasn't, there, and then he passed away when I was 9. So I felt like I was abandoned. I felt like I wasn't good enough. My mom was off doing drugs, 90% of my life. So I wasn't able to actually have a connection with a mother/father, and it really, it hurt me deep inside. So growing up, I started using drugs 12, 13 years old, started selling drugs, my mom in the same house allowing me to do it. That took a toll on my life and led me down, a negative pathway. So feeling like I was abandoned when my father passed away, and then feeling abandoned living in a house with a woman that's supposed to be your mom, but is more or less more of a friend than anything, it that gave me a lot of trust issues. Then that caused a problem with me having relationships with people, because I'm supposed to have a relationship with my mother and father, and neither one of them are in my life. So therefore it changed things. So it was kind of hard for me to, love myself, to be honest with you. That's where the problem came in. I couldn't care enough for myself to care for somebody else. And I'd have these people trying to express their feelings or trying to be there for me, friends and family. At a young age, I would go hunting, you remember, like
Absolutely.
I miss that, but at the same time, like I would see these people, caring for each other. And I just kept my distance. I would see the things that go on behind the scenes, and things wouldn't be hidden from me. So therefore I was able to go out and, be a man at 13 years old, so it was real hard for me. Growing up through my late teenage years, I moved out of the house. I moved out of the house at 16, got into a relationship. Worst idea I could have ever done. Worst person I could have ever been with.
Yeah.
Put trust into him. That changed. That tore me apart. Tried to move back home. Didn't work out. So needless to say, I've been on my own. So trying to go back home to my mother, which wasn't a mother, and then not being able to, had more of a trust issue. Dropped out of school. I did get my GED. That was probably the smartest thing I did as a child or as a teen. Next thing you know, starting from 16, 17, I started getting locked up. Disobeying direct orders from the police, doing the wrong thing, selling drugs. Next thing you know, that all carried on to stealing and, more drug use. And it messed my whole life up, So I didn't have trust in anybody. The relationships that I so-called had was with drug dealers, which was either that or drug users. So that was still iffy. You would have the people that so-called close to you turn around and steal from you. So how are you supposed to trust anybody if you don't have a connection? So it made it hard. And I've dealt with this for over 15 years. It's just, for real, to be honest with you, coming to McShin and seeing the love that everybody else had, I didn't even trust that process.
Yeah, this is where the love's at, though.
It is. And I realize that today. I may not live in sober living and I may be out on my own, but at the same time, I am an alumni. I came back here on my own to the actual relationships that I knew I had, but I just abandoned the fact to believe that these people are for me. These people are for everybody that's around them. And I think that's what I finally realized, the first time around, this isn't my first time, dealing with this. My first time around, You know, I had almost 18 months clean, and turn around and had so much on my back because I was lying the whole time to myself about things that I needed, you know, that needed to be done, or things that I have done to certain people. Then I go out and, you know, break somebody else's heart by lies. Turn around and, let's see, have a child outside of marriage. You know, like I did some
Ooh.
things, you know, I carried that with me. So when I carried that with me, it sent me straight down the wrong path. I started getting high again. I left McShin. I didn't have nothing to do with anybody. I stopped using my network, stopped calling a sponsor, stopped doing step work, stopped coming around completely. And it wasn't up until this time, I went through another program for 6 months, got out of there, and somehow or another, I found my way back to McShin. McShin has made me feel wonderful. You know, it made me feel wanted. It made me feel accepted for who I am today. And to see family, you know, in the same situation, I think is what more drove me more to the acceptance part of it, that look, things aren't going to get better if I live the way I'm living. I need help from my peers to be able to do the right thing. And that's all. That's what it's been. That's
us.
And that's y'all.
That's
you know.
us.
And what makes
Absolutely.
what makes it so wonderful is not only is it y'all, it's family. It's not like it's just
Give me chills, big
anybody.
dog.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
great.
like it's just anybody. It's family.
Like that's that real shit, dude. Like yeah, I pull up on Anthony yesterday morning, like in the car, like, damn, I'm gonna bring a tear to my eye now. Like, and it's like, damn, man, like,
All right, man. Y'all ain't gonna have me crying, bro.
bro,
we
hold
just,
on,
we ain't gonna do
hey,
that.
hey,
I
that's
was,
the type.
I was ready to
look.
say, hell with everything, and literally walk away from McShin and everything that I've accomplished, you know, over the past 6 months. Like literally, I was ready to give it all up, and I told Kyle, like, look, I'm done. I'm over it.
That's it, dude. Like, we can cry though. Like we used to be like, yeah, no, we ain't crying, but we're gonna buck up. Like, yeah, who we got to beat up?
no.
Who? No, but like now it's like, what part does Anthony play? What part does Kyle play? What part does Stu play? And we hold each other accountable. That's that relationship, that trust that we built with each other now in a positive light, in a positive manner, in a positive setting. And it's not always about the problem. It's always about the solution now. Like, what can I do to make this feel better, to make it stop? And we help each other, because I can't always see my own solution. It's always good to have some strong dudes like y'all in my corner. Like, you know, like dude, we got a kick-ass group of some
Bro, I
solid
already
dudes,
know.
and we're like, we know what feelings feel like today, and like, and that's what's helped make this bond. I mean, like, Stu, man, shut up, dude. That's not really how you feel, though. That's not how you feel. Do you want to go back to prison? No, shut up, Anthony. Like, what are you trying to do? Go smoke crack again? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, how? What's your problem, bro? Like, you're gonna end up back living on the street if you keep thinking that away. And I'm like, damn, y'all are right. Y'all are right. Y'all are right. And we help each other get out of each other's way on a daily basis, and we lead with a fucking my bad, a kind, caring heart, you know, and a, you know, a steady hand for each other. Like, I don't have it figured out. I don't. But with the power of the relationships I have right now, like, there ain't nothing that I can't figure out.
Just for the day, brother.
I come to you to figure it out.
Right, you know what I mean?
If it weren't for you yesterday, I wouldn't have walked back through the door.
Right,
So
like, and like,
it's just to help.
Dude,
Hey, see what I mean by Kyle Goddard walks that walk? I needed him yesterday too. He told me some of the most realest shit I could have ever heard in my life.
It's easy to be real when you're truthful.
Absolutely.
Like, that old gangster stuff you were talking about, like, that stuff used to be cool.
Yeah, it used
I
to be.
thought it was,
Yeah.
and then, but you know what's cool today? Like, some honesty,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter, like, some gut level honesty, and like, sometimes it hurts, you know, sometimes it hurts. But the cool thing is, like, I understand hurt, and so if I hurt somebody by being honest, and I can let them know it's okay to be hurt, and that I love you, and I genuinely love y'all, like I do. And like I said last time, there's a lot of people here in McShin I don't like, but I love them. But like, the type of love I built with y'all is beyond the family love. Like I have some deep rooted stuff, you know, and like you know, Anthony's like literally tried to take a bullet for me twice. The guy wasn't I'm glad they didn't shoot Anthony. I really am. But I don't love him for that. I love him for this. The fact that I pulled up at his car yesterday and was like, yo, what's going on, dude? Relationship, right? Like he's got some unmanageability in his life at the minute. But like the cool thing is he shows up ready to talk about it, shares experience with all the participants. Anthony's a staff member here, by the way, man. Stu helps lead a house. Art helps lead a house, man, and he's also director and producer of this podcast. I myself live in housing, so like we are all learning together, and it's
Yeah, Kyle helps leads a house too. He didn't say that.
Oh yeah, I'm like the co-manager of Smith House on the Low. Like Stu and Art are good cop, bad cop type of deal, and then I'm the light of the situation. I feel like.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm always the light. I'm the light.
I don't know, Kyle. When you walk through the door hollering and screaming and cussing, man, you know that's not really a light.
It kind of makes me flinch sometimes.
Right.
Dude, what?
Yeah, nah, I'm just playing.
I
love you,
dude.
Kyle.
I come off that
Good
aggressive.
dude, bro.
Gosh,
No, that's
man.
one thing that's helped me, man, because Kyle really doesn't. I don't know how he is with anybody else. I know with me, it's no. All right, look, Stu, let's play this out. Let's do this. Like it ain't even that. Like he just straight tells me, like, all right, man, you're acting like a really big idiot right now. Just shut up. Just shut up. Like that. That's not even reasonable. Like,
It's not.
and that's what I love so much, man. Because like Anthony, just all of us, man. Like we got a group, man. That's like. We have fun though, man. And when I say fun, man, we have so much fun to where it's like I'm not used to having fun. I'm not used to being sober, going to hit golf balls.
I was about to say going to hit golf balls.
Dude, hey, real quick. Stu's actually a beast at golf.
Yeah.
Like on the low. On the low, I was like really surprised.
But like going with these guys, man, places. I don't care if we're not doing them, but going to buy shoes, I gotta bring that up because I got a little issue with that. I'm working on it though. But you know what I'm saying?
Talk to Anthony. He's kind of quit.
Like, but going and having fun today with these guys, man, it's like super uncomfortable to me. Like, I don't know what it's like having a good time, enjoying myself, being happy. Like, that's weird to me now. You know what I'm saying? It's really weird. Like, everybody's happy, everybody's talking, everybody's dancing, everybody. Like, my first instinct is like, damn, I need to break this shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, everybody's too happy. But man, the enjoyment I get out of it after it's all said and done, and I look back, man, I would not change this for the world.
What'd you tell me before we got on here about uncomfortable?
Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. I say it all the time, man. Like, and I get out of my comfort zone. I put myself out of my comfort zone in a lot of situations, man, just to feel that. But knowing that I got somebody to lean back on, man, like, I'll call these dudes for real, and I'll telling them what I think is some of the dumbest shit in the world. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's a big part of me because I've never done that. So when I talk to somebody, like, I actually get feelings from sharing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I can sit down and tell Kyle everything, all my character defects, what I did, everything I did wrong, and it's okay, man. Like it's okay. Yeah. He accepts me for who I am.
I got the same defects,
because I tell Anthony some of the same stuff, man. Like, man, I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still sick, man. But just getting it out, having a network, man. Like having that network. When they tell you, like, trust the process and get a network, like, that's my big thing. Because a lot of times people don't have to tell me nothing, man, because I observe and I pay attention. And something I've never did, like I'm used to, like, if I'm working with a group and they go one way, I'm going the other way. I don't care if they're walking to $1 million. I'm going to go the other way just so I don't have to be like them.
Just to be hard-headed and different.
But today, the footsteps that these dudes lead me to follow, like, I trust it 100%. I don't care where it's going to take me. I know wherever I go, it's going to be safe there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they tell me to do, I might not want to do it. I might be like, man, y'all are fucking insane, whatever. But I know at the end of the day, man, I can trust 100% that whatever they're telling me, wherever they're leading me to go, bam, it's 100% safe. I'm gone. You know, and that's what it's all about.
That scared me in the beginning. Trust the process.
Yeah, what is
I
the
don't
process
trust,
like?
I don't trust myself. So what do I even know about this process?
Honest, open-minded, willing. What I'm hit.
Yeah,
Like that was my thought. Like I
Immediately.
ain't never been honest. I judge everybody that comes in front of me because it's get away from me first thing before I even look at them. And willing, yeah, I'm willing to do exactly what Stu Baker wants to do, and that's all I'm gonna do. And no matter the consequences, yeah, I'll take that. You can't keep me forever because I ain't gonna kill nobody.
I got told to sit down and shut up. Trust the process.
Right?
What's the process?
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. Like now I know I can try to give guidance because my intentions are good today. Like I might be guiding you to go steal computers out of Walmart just to help me back in the day.
I got good intentions, but my motives ain't always right.
Well,
I'm just gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying?
No. But
know.
it's practice over perfection, right? Like it's just I
Absolutely.
gotta keep. But the thing is, bringing light to it, dude, and showing light to it. It's like, all right, well, Kyle's still not perfect, and that's all right. Like it's okay not to be perfect because I like the struggle. I like the grind of this life. Like I do.
Addicts are complicated people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
dude,
I'll overthink something. I
Yeah,
mean, you seen it 3 weeks ago. I mean, my life was totally unmanageable because 2 people in the house didn't do their chores, and I wasn't going to make it to the meeting I wanted to. So my life was unmanageable for that. You know what I'm saying? So once Kyle broke it down to me, like, bro, like, just, you know what I'm saying? And him and another guy on my network, man. Grateful Rob. I know y'all know.
Yeah, shout out Rob.
Shout out Rob, man.
Happy birthday, Rob.
Happy birthday, bro. We had a blast. But like, you know, that's 2 guys, man, that I absolutely tell everything. And I'm talking about when I tell them everything, I might have to tell them some days when I go to the bathroom and when I don't. You know what I'm saying? But that's just to show you how relationships work, man.
Rob's one of those few people that I can talk to, and like, you know, there's very few people I could talk to about anything, you know, and just put it out there. But Rob, yeah,
that's a kind, caring dude, man.
Man, sometimes like Rob's too much for me. Like when he shows up at the house,
you'd be like, man, I don't want to hear this grateful stuff, man. Like, man, can you just frown for 5 seconds? Dude? Can you just be negative for 5 seconds?
Can't.
But look, I'm grateful because he's not. Like he's persistence. He's the one good apple that'll make the rest good.
By far.
It's hard to run across those, but
and it's like he always knows the right things to say, man. He always, and that's another one of them.
Yeah, that's
dudes.
who I'm learning from. Like I watch with a steady eye and make sure I watch what he does, how he does it, and when he gives me advice, like I shut up and don't say I know.
That's the role models, man.
Bro, he's my hero, bro. Like really, for real. He's a big part of where I'm at today, man. Because that's the first guy I walked up on the porch when they told me I'm going to Smith House, and I walked right into Rob, and I'll never forget it, man. Like he says all the time, it's that first hug. Yeah. Even though my nose went straight in his belly button, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's still like it was that first hug, man, and I knew from that point, like this dude really cares, man. Like you can tell through his hugs, man, and like he's another one, and that's exactly where I got that from, man. Like I seen him how he does. Whether he's never seen you before or he knows you for 5 years, he's gonna give you that same hug, man. So like I kind of follow that lead, man. And like I wouldn't have it no other different than that word I got right now. Wouldn't change it for the world, man. I know it's genuine love, man. Genuine love. Absolutely.
That's it. So, yeah. Closing thoughts, anybody?
Yeah, just really quick. So tomorrow we are going to be in Henrico West Jail. We have Tammy Hagan speaking. Okay. That's tomorrow, 5:30. That will be live. Also, tomorrow we're gonna have a Women Wednesday. We have a new host, so that'll be a surprise.
Yeah. Make sure y'all tune in. Like check out the jail speakers and tune into that Women Wednesdays, man. Like yeah, dude. Like and share. Like y'all share this stuff. Hit like, show your family, show your friends. Like we really appreciate it, man. We're trying to reach as many people as we can.
Yeah, please like, subscribe, and just share. Just share this with people.
We're
trying to get out there.
Like we're trying to build public relations, like that relationship that we're talking about. That let's do it, and we need y'all's help. Honestly, like let's get it done, guys.
Let's get connected, man. Let's get connected.
And a lot of our stuff is we give free to the jail. We're in 12 states and 76 jails. And
That's
if you
dope,
guys are
dude.
watching
That's
from
dope.
That's
jail,
so dope.
you know, write us.
Yeah,
If
for
you
sure.
guys
Shout
have-
out.
Yeah. If you guys have any like, you know,
Requests.
ideas or requests for guests or anything like that,
Right.
just the address is on the bottom of the screen right now. And just
Yeah.
you know, address it to Get in the Herd podcast, and we'll make sure, you know, we'll write you back and see
You'll
what we
be
can do
heard.
about.
Yeah,
exactly.
you'll be heard, and
Exactly.
and
Love
we'll
that.
put you in the herd. Like, yeah, like
Absolutely.
It's a
So-
wonderful place to be.
it's where the love's at for real, guys. Y'all have any more thoughts?
Man, look, I just want to thank Michelle, man, for what they gave me, man. A big shout out to the Scott House, man. Coley, the manager over there. I learned a lot from that guy, man. And Art, man.
Shout out all the house leaders.
You're
bro.
phenomenal, bro. What you do here at McShin, man, your walk, you show a lot of gratitude around here, man, and probably don't even know it.
I appreciate it.
But
man.
man, and for y'all too, man, y'all are absolutely inspiration to me, man. Motivate me every day. I love y'all with all of my heart and soul, man.
Same love. Same love.
Thank you guys for coming on the
Need it.
podcast today.
I love y'all, dude.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Art, for having us.
Heck yeah, let's
Thank you for
roll.
having me, Art.